Ladies and gentlemen, the time you've been waiting for a long time is here. College football 25 is here, but there's a lot of decisions to make. What team will you choose for your dynasty? Well, I got 5 underrated teams with great uniforms, great atmosphere, and a whole goddamn package to put together. All right, starting first off, FIU, Florida International University, Intercontinental. What does the I mean? I don't know, but what you need to know about these Panthers, if they've got absolute delicious uniform options, right? Smaller school, not as much history, not as much dominance, right? But check this out. Here's the kicker. You're in the beautiful state. Well, beautiful is an overstatement. You're in the world, the biome, the Elden Ring area that is Florida. So that means you're gonna have access to some elite recruiting and recruitment options there. So if you're going to be a smaller school down there figuring out in Florida, might as well have access to some of the biggest, baddest dogs that you can ever see, be ever believing in the world. So I like to see that. Make sure FIU is one of those teams. What else am I missing? I already told you about the elite Florida recruiting. I told you about the elite uniforms, the South Beach alternates of that guide is kind of crispy. I told you how the history is. That's kind of going to be the breakdown for a lot of these videos, but we're kind of a few minutes into this. So why don't you go ahead and like it, subscribe in this video, because we're going to have daily college football 25 gameplay. We will be streaming as soon as they let us in. If I got to change it to New Zealand and make it freaky, hey, we're going to get it done. Okay. Now, moving on to the next list or next team on our top 5 underrated teams to build in dynasty, small schools, right? People who you ain't gonna see your friends using, nothing like that. UAB, University of Alabama at Birmingham. Dog, it's a dragon. It's a dragon, dog. What do you want? You don't want to be the dragons? Come on, dude, come on. My favorite thing about UAB, though, and then the cool thing about it is they had some issues. I believe it was money issues. I believe it was a little bit of recruitment. I believe it was a little bit of this, that, and all between. But they weren't a football program for a little era there. So there was a time when college football went away that UAB's college football went away. And in the span of, and a lot of programs came away, came back in the world of college football. But in the span of this game, going away and coming back, UAB both lost their football program and got their football program back. So if you understand anything about that and what that means to build a football program, it means they ain't got a lot of history. They ain't got a lot of, you know what I'm saying, especially not of recent. They're starting to build. They're building a name. They're building a certain je ne sais quoi about them, right? They're out there in Alabama. So guess what? Alabama recruiting. Nick Saban's gone. The boogeyman is not here in the state of Alabama anymore. So you know what that means. You're going to have access to beautiful, elite, amazing Alabama recruiting. Let's wrap that up. You're going to be in Alabama. You're going to have some nice uniform options. Nothing crazy. It's not Oregon or nothing. Look, I told y'all they just didn't have money to afford the football. So I don't want you to think that all of a sudden also they can like field, you know what I'm saying, all the uniforms in the world. I'm not here to lie to you, dog. Okay? But it's some good stuff. You're a dragon. I mean, you don't want to be a dragon, dog. You don't want to be Khaleesi's. You not a Targaryen, dog. Man, get out of here, dog. Next team, Tulane. Now, a lot of y'all don't know what a Tulane is. Kind of sounds like a rogue hurricane. Hey, first off, it's the big green wave. Respect it, know it, love it, feel it out there in New Orleans, where all there is voodoo and gumbo. Apparently some mediocre football is being played too. I can't lie. I can't be upset at it. Tulane, look, man, it's all about location. You are in downtown New Orleans, dog. How cool is that? How awesome. You know Colorado, them dang potheads up there, they're like 5,000, 8 trillion feet above above space. Forget that, man. How about we go under, like a little bowl? Sit in a bowl under the sea level, dog. Under the sea. Like that's immaculate, amazing humidity. It's very humid. But to be serious, the uniforms, I mean, the colors are cool. They crispy. I like the little wave guy. He's got a little spunk about him. Again, you are going to be in New Orleans. I really think it is a special thing that they kind of, They're in New Orleans. They're under the sea level. So I'm watching this gameplay that's behind me too. I'm so excited right now. Dang. So I think that's going to be a great little compilation of both location. Again, you're in Louisiana, right? When you're a small school in Dynasty, you have to understand that your opportunities, kind of like what we saw with Not the Expert in his gameplay. Go check that out. You're gonna have opportunity to get some big dogs, right? Especially if they're gonna be within your pipeline state, knowing that you're in New Orleans, knowing that you got Louisiana and possibly Texas right there next to you as two pipeline states that you can kind of get in and get after it. That's some elite stuff, dog. That's some amazing stuff. Go take a look at those uniforms. The green, the teal, the amazingness, the little wave, man. We gotta move on. East Carolina. Now, the thing about East Carolina, the reason why I said it the way I said, how I said it, East Carolina, first off, Pirates. Shout out my man Jack, no Sparrow. This is gonna be on everybody's list. The purple, the chrome, the one more time. Them uniforms is clean. You're in Carolina. You're right next to that whole eastern area, kind of close to Georgia, kind of close to Penn, kind of close to. You're in a nice little hub where people catch balls, right? So I think it's gonna be a good little location for you. We're just talking about a specific certificate place. That's not a real word, but what I will tell you is the stadium's nice. It's crispy. It's clean. But those uniforms, dog, we know what we're here for. Look, when you're choosing a dynasty team, you want location. You want the accoutrements, right? Give me a nice uniform that I can whip on, flip on, and dip on. And then give me a beautiful place that I can entertain my masses, right? Now, just like you've seen on the field, how are they going to do it? How are they going to spoil the number 5 small school? It's not small, underrated school, right? To go ahead and start your dynasty. It's got to be Coastal Carolina, dog. Coastal Carolina. I got 2 words for you, dog. Teal field. Teal field. How many teal fields do you know? I bet you haven't even spoken to 2 teal fields in your life. It's ridiculous. And I know what you're saying. Boise State's got an orange field. Boise State's also got a blue field. Nah. Straight teal every single day of the week, dog. The Coastal Carolina boys, as you see, in this beautiful teal. They got some black alternates. They got some situated. You're still out there in Carolina, out there on the coast of Carolina, right? So you're going to be able to have access to Carolina. And look, even if you can't access to Georgia, if you can't access some of these other places and spaces with your pipelines, Carolina, they no slouches now. Like I told you, if you in that area, kind of close-ish to that tri-state area, them boys can ball now. It's not just Texas and California and Georgia and Florida, dog. I'm telling you, there's ballers everywhere. I think Coastal Carolina is going to be a great thing. And the thing about all these 5 schools, these particular ones, except UAB, they don't have the biggest, richest history, but what they do have is enough of a recruiting record, enough of the cool uniforms, FIU with those crazy Lambo picks with the South Beach and they got enough recognition, right? That they're not completely dead, not completely on the lowest level. So I appreciate you stopping by. Top 5 one more time, just underrated. You got FIU, Florida Atlantic. You got UAB. Okay. You got East Carolina, and then, of course, you got Coastal Carolina and Tulane out there in NOLA. Those are my 5 underrated dynasty teams that you need to check out. If you're wondering, if you need a guide, go with those, man. You're going to have some amazing elite options, man. But I'll see you next time. Hope you liked this video. If you did, leave a like. Dislike if you didn't like it. Man, subscribe, jump up and down, do whatever you do in the comments, man. Tell me what your number 1 team is, what position you starting in Road to Glory, and what you doing, Road to Glory or Dynasty first. If you say mutt, if you say cut, man, get out of here, dog.